Welcome to the Rowdy.com Big Three, a Charlotte edition, talking NASCAR racing with my good buddy Bassmasters, who seems
Are
to...
we buddies?
Well, again, you're always one step ahead of me. I can't keep
Are you
up.
bosom buddies?
As Junior is to Kurt Busch, so you are to me, Buck.
I know, this is true.
I guess that brings us to issue number one. Is that what you call foreshadowing?
Yes, it is.
So Kurt Busch is hitting his 350th start this weekend. Dale Earnhardt Jr., people are talking about his 500th start, but that's NASCAR-wide. It's really 385 starts in the Cup Series. So it's interesting to compare those two guys because they're similar in terms of their time of service.
Right, and you look at it, and it's almost eerie the way that Kurt Busch has almost done everything one step better than Dale Earnhardt Jr., even though Jr.'s got basically a full season more in Cup over Kurt. Jr. has 18 wins, Kurt has 22. I think in the points, Jr. has... I think it's 4 top 10 finishes in the points, and Kurt has 5. As far as best finish, Kurt obviously has his 2004 championship, and Junior's best finish has been 3rd. So it's just...
Our team is just not good right now. I mean, I know how Junior feels. I mean, Bass drives a Toyota hybrid, and I drive a Tahoe with a glass that's broken and a door that's broken. And I mean, I got a history degree from UVA, and he got a graduate history degree. And
It's okay, little buddy.
Moving on.
just one step behind.
One step behind.
Greg Biffle and Carl Edwards have been running very well of late. I think over the past 4 races, Edwards actually has the most points of any driver. And I'm wondering how much of this can you attribute to the FR9 engine? Is this
50%.
vindication for the FR9?
I don't think it. I mean, it's not killing them. Okay, the FR9 is not the end of the situation. But as Greg Biffle said, he's able to turn the car. So I think it's handling more than the FR9. But the FR9 is a nice thing to have.
And the FR9, as I think you're just about to point out, Buzz Cutler, does help with the handling package for a couple of reasons. Number one, it runs cooler. You could run more tape on the nose. What does that give you? More front grip. What does that give you?
Handling.
A better turning race car, right? Okay, number two, the center of gravity of the FR9 is lower, whereas the engine in the front. What does that give you? A lower center of gravity in the front of the race car. What does that help you do? Turn the race car. So I think there is some wisdom in the notion that the FR9 engine not only helps with a little bit of horsepower, but maybe even more so helps with handling. I still don't see how it could be any more than half the reason those guys are better. I think they've been working on other things, and obviously Jack Roush put a lot of this down to a simulation program gone bad. But I think the FR9 engine, clearly a win for Ford.
All right, issue number 3. We're going to a road course, and of course, when we go to road course, all thoughts turn to Marcus Ambrose. And Marcus, it was on the NASCAR teleconference the other day, and he said, going home to Australia is not out of the question yet. He feels like he has unfinished business in NASCAR. Is that sort of a contradictory proposal?
Yes, it is contradictory.
My heart's in NASCAR, to be honest with you. I've got unfinished business. At this level of racing, I feel like I've become part of the sport, but I haven't become a contender on a week-to-week basis, and I feel like I'm really, if I left now, I would feel like I've got unfinished business. So, I'd like to stay here in America if I could, but if it doesn't work out, because I have taken a risk right now, I've jumped out of a team that... had fully sponsored, and I was contracted to drive for 2011, and right now I don't have any contract on the table to sign. So there is a risk involved with that. I understand the risks. I'm willing to take every outcome from this point and deal with it. But if I could, I would like to stay in NASCAR and finish off what I started.
On the one hand, going back to Australia is going back to your home, and that is obviously its home. Now, on the second hand, he would be an absolute rock star once he got there. And on the third hand, he would make a ton of cashola. But right now, I don't think he's hurting for money. And he also said there is unfinished business in NASCAR. He wants an opportunity to see whether it is him or the team. That's why he's leaving JTG Daugherty. I think it's a bit of a ruse, although it's not a bad, he's got options, and going back home is not the end of the world.
He also said he's got an option here that he likes. I think, for Marcus Ambrose, I don't know him, obviously, personally, but I feel fairly confident in saying he's a good guy, a guy you'd like to hang around with. And he smiles all the time, he laughs all the time. Even we remember back at Sonoma, he kind of sucked it up when he made that mistake and lost the race, and it had to be killing him. I just think that might mask what is one of the most competitive individuals in the sport. I really believe that underneath all the smiling and the laughing, this is a very driven individual. If you look at how he came here, from Australia, really didn't have much of a ride over here, but it wanted to take the challenge up of racing in NASCAR, and how he's fought and struggled when he's been here, why he's even leaving JTG Doherty, where he's achieved a decent level of success and done a lot with that equipment. Maybe a step back this year.
Yeah.
It took a step back this year from last year and had more bad luck, but I think he's very competitive. When he says he has unfinished business here, I think he's going to stay here. I think you're going to see him in Cup racing next year, and I hope this man succeeds. I really like him.
To turn around and quit JTG Doherty with a year on the contract, that says a lot.
And I say that has been it for today's Rowdy.com Big 3 for Buck Fever at Bassmasters. We're talking NASCAR, 5-6 days a week here at Rowdy.com. You can leave your comments on this video down below. We appreciate your joining, taking the time, and we'll see you next time.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.